Well, I should say good morning. It's 2:45 in the morning. Working on a project here. Do you remember the little finger bananas I showed y'all the other day? Well, that batch got ripe. I peeled them. I took a little stick. These are like for suckers or cake pops. You can buy them at Walmart. And then I put the stick in it, put them on some wax paper, and froze them. So this guy is frozen. Now I've already made some, but I'm going to show you how to do this. Back after Valentine's Day, I found the little Nostalgia mini dippers on sale. They were clearanced out. Turned out they were 2 1/4. I bought all of them that they had. I took milk chocolate morsels, put them in there, and let it melt down. Takes a while. These things don't get that hot. Take your frozen banana and just start spreading the chocolate over it. And sometimes it won't stick. I was at the Goodwill store last week, and they had a cake pop stand to put them in, once you make a cake pop. And I haven't been quite ready to use my cake pop maker, so I kind of just walked past it. I was kind of tight on cash that day. Probably going to see if they've still got it tomorrow, because this does take a little while. See, it doesn't want to stick right there, but that's okay. Just try to get all the banana covered with chocolate. Then take your sprinkles from Sprinkle Pharmacy. I've got 2 of them with me. The little purple pearls and these little green squiggly sprinkles. You got to sprinkle it on while the chocolate's still melted. Now this is the part that takes a while. Now I froze 8 of these. I've already made 5. You got to hold them for a while. Now, today I went walking around. I love this whole thing, by the way. We were waiting on people to show up at the rent house we've been rebuilding. See about renting it. The little mini dipper comes with 4 little mini fondue forks as well, before I forget. Anyway, I went to a Cash Saver store today, and they had these bananas on sale, cheaper. These are from Mexico. The original ones are from Thailand, but they're basically the same thing. They were on sale plus 10%, so it's not bad. This was under $1. I'm going to buy more tomorrow. They had some pretty cool stuff, though. They had packets of tomato sauce that I can haul with me whenever I go camping and start going on events for my camp kitchen. It'll make the hauling out of trash a lot easier. They had a bunch of Hispanic dry goods. These are hibiscus flowers for tea and such. And then they had fresh tamarind pods. And once I peel those, I'll get the pulp out. I'll use that for cooking, and hopefully the seeds will sprout. I can't lay this down yet. This plate went into the freezer, and these will all go back into the freezer whenever I'm done. And that way they don't melt. The cashier at the Cash Saver didn't really know what he was doing. I looked up, and he was charging me like almost $5 a pound for these as some kind of exotic dried pepper, and I corrected him. And then he asked me, well, what are these? I had to tell him what they were, and he rang it up. He took that one off, he reached down in the bag and said, well, what are these? And I told him, and he looked it up and he put the code in. But what I didn't realize was that he had already charged me for those as the same exotic dried peppers. So whenever I go back tomorrow to get more bananas, I'll probably get more of both of these too. I will be bringing that to their attention. One other thing, in my change was another Star Note today. It's 2017, that's all I ever seem to get. They must have had a lot of problems. If the serial number starts with an A, evidently they're a lot rarer. I don't think I've ever got any of those. They're really not worth much, but I saw something where they were like $8 a piece online for a 2017 $1 bill, just because the mint had to reprint it. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I got a couple more of these to make. I'm going to freeze them, and they'll be great. I suppose if you put a tray of these out, you could put a jalapeno under one of them and give someone a surprise. That might be a little fun. Anyway, that's this project. Y'all have a great night.